Ladies and gents, what is up? I hope you guys are more than well. If you guys are watching this video, it means you guys are looking for general information about how to make wise decisions for your nutrition to optimize your health and your fitness, right? So in order to do that, I'm gonna go over 3 main points that I think holistically capture a good approach to go about your nutrition. Starting off with point number 1, that is intuitive eating, all right? This is meant to help you determine how much you should be eating. We're gonna get to later in this video what you should be eating, but right now we're gonna be talking about how much, right? Now, the amount of energy your body needs, that varies from person to person, day to day, and it varies on how much physical activity you do, right? The more physical activity you do, the more energy your body's gonna need, right? Now, should you determine how much you eat by giving yourself a calorie cap or by managing your macros? You can do these things, they have their purpose, but they're not necessary. The method that we're gonna recommend is intuitive eating. That is defined by making the conscious distinction between being physically full and being satisfied, right? Now, when you're physically full, your stomach is literally huge. It's bulging out, it's full. You stop eating because of lack of space in your stomach, right? When it comes to stopping eating due to being satisfied, there are more natural measures for you to determine this. And you know when you're satisfied when you're no longer hungry, when you have good energy levels, you're not lightheaded, right? These are things that you can actually sense in yourself that you have to pay attention to, and it does take practice. Moving on to point number 2, and that is what you eat, right? The answer to what you should be eating, pretty straightforward. Eat nutritious foods, okay? We'll get more into that, right? Different foods have different nutritional value. That's referring to how is something nutritionally valuable, right? It's nutritionally valuable if it has minerals, vitamins, fibers. These are the things that your body actually needs to carry out its bodily functions, right? Now, there are other foods that just don't have these things. Take, for example, you can have 600 calories of cheese fries and churros, or you can have 600 calories of chicken and vegetables. The chicken and vegetables clearly have more nutritional value. They have nutrients, the nutrients of minerals, vitamins, and fiber. So how does this look like practically? It looks like this. It looks like increasing your vegetable intake, reducing your added sugar intake. And I'm not saying that fruit should be avoided. On the contrary, they shouldn't. I'm talking about things like powdered juices. I'm talking about fruit juices that aren't really fruit juices that have high fructose corn syrup, decreasing your refined carbohydrate intake and also decreasing your trans fats. That looks like things like margarine, what we think is butter but really isn't, whipped cream, crusts, baked goods that come in boxes. These have synthetic fats. That's what a trans fat is, a synthetic fat, something that's been manufactured. Now we're gonna go into point number 3, and that is handling cravings. A very, very important thing, very vital. We all have cravings. We all have specific foods that we simply want to eat simply because they taste freaking amazing. And that's okay. The dietary lifestyle that we have needs to be one that meets our physical and health needs, but also keeps us mentally sound. However, if you constantly eat less nutritious foods to satisfy your cravings, your body will respond accordingly. Likely, you'll have a higher fat percentage and not as great energy levels. If you start eating more nutritious foods, on the contrary, your body's gonna respond accordingly. You'll probably have higher energy levels, and you'll probably have a leaner frame, a lower body mass index as well. To shift your body from poor eating habits to better eating habits, you need to fuel yourself. You need to feed yourself more nutritious foods as opposed to soul foods and craving foods. When you have cravings, instead of choosing those sweets, the candies or the cookies or what it may be, choose your fruits. If you have a craving for chips, go for granola bars, right? That are still some form of carbohydrate. If you just sort of have this craving just to eat whatever, try and fill yourself up with some more water. That will physically fill your stomach and bring down your hunger levels to an extent. Ultimately, when it comes down to cravings, the only way to get rid of your cravings is by starving your cravings. That's the plain truth. It is okay to have your sweets, to enjoy yourself and to enjoy those treats, but you need to do so in moderation. Again, like I said, your body's going to respond accordingly. To wrap all of this up, these 3 main points that we've just discussed right now. are all meant to guide you guys to one thing, and that is your lifestyle change. With this Build a Tank workshop, with this challenge, our goal is not to find the most impressive physique or the most impressive athletic abilities. This is meant to teach you guys, help you learn, equip you to develop a sustainable lifestyle, something that you can maintain for a long time. So that wraps up this video on nutrition. I hope it's been helpful. Again, this is just a very brief synopsis. There is much more information out there on the web. If you guys need help in finding that information, let us know, hit us up. We're proud of you guys, and we're really glad that you guys have joined this challenge. Let us know if you guys have any questions. Deuces!